Good morning, everybody. I don't know if you can hear me. I think we're live now. You might be noticing that we're a little bit early this morning. We've gone on live early this morning, and that's for a very specific reason. Yesterday, we weren't able to get on at all. Here in the United States, with all of the children lining up to get on services and all of the teachers on services, there was this traffic jam yesterday, and we were not able to merge on to that traffic jam at all. So we weren't able to bring you a live show yesterday, and we had a great show planned for you. So this morning we've decided to merge a little early. We're not going to start the show until 10 o'clock, but I'm here and we're calling it the Autism-Live pre-show. I don't know if we're going to have to do this every day, but we're going to do it today because I just can't let today's guests go by. So we're going to start the show in just a few minutes. But we're here, you and I, for the next 5 minutes. So write in if you have any questions or comments. Let me tell you a little bit about what's going to be on the show because you're here for the pre-show. Yesterday, we were supposed to have Bonnie Yates with us, and we've rescheduled her for next week, unfortunately. But we were also scheduled to have a couple of wonderful guests from Spectrum Laboratories. Jason Weissbrod was going to be here, and Aloni was going to be here to talk about their film, Boys Don't Wear Dresses. This is a short film making its way around the circuits, and I've had an opportunity to see it and just loved it. And they weren't able to be with us yesterday because we couldn't get live, but they're going to be with us here in just a few minutes live on the show today. And then later in the show, we are having the wonderful and fabulous Matt Asner and Navah Paskowitz-Asner. They're here with us today to talk about the Ed Asner poker tournament, which is just this weekend. And it is so star-studded that it makes my head want to explode. Everybody's going to be doing it remotely. They're going to be playing poker remotely. And I don't know about you, but I can't wait to hear how we're going to be able to watch everything, because I'm not a good poker player. I can't play poker. I mean, I can play poker. And it makes it very enjoyable for everyone because I'm that erratic person who just bets willy-nilly and loses all of my cash, and everybody loves it because I'm just, a romping idiot while I play. There's always laughs if I'm playing poker because there's no rationale at all. It's just like, I feel like betting and going all in because that feels fun, but I don't have anything in my hand, right? Everyone's favorite poker player, but I last 3 seconds. So I'm not playing poker. I am going to be like you guys watching, and we can't wait to hear from Matt and Navah how we do that. And the list of people, it's crazy. If they were all in one room, I think we would all pass out, but they'll be in their individual rooms, but you'll have an opportunity to see them playing poker. Tom Hanks, you guys, Tom Hanks. Just like it's A-list superstars, and the list is so long. So that's going to be really thrilling. They're going to be here with us in a little while to talk about it. We're still 3 minutes before the show. But if you are watching, if you've already tuned in and you're like, what happened? Why are they early? It's not even 10 o'clock yet. I just want to remind you that we're doing this is the pre-show so that we could have the opportunity to get in the stream. Yesterday, Zoom really was struggling, and we use Zoom and a couple of other services to be able to bring our guests to you, and then we use a different streaming service to pump it out. But if we can't get Zoom hooked up to that streaming service, and Zoom was having some struggling issues yesterday because everybody and their brother was getting on. I don't know if you can hear, my son is in the last 2 minutes before he starts his distance learning. And so something must have happened, and he's upstairs and I can hear him yelling, no, video game. Hey, I have been posting on my personal Facebook distance learning tips every day, things that I've been learning as I go about what we do to help our kids to be more successful. One of the tips that I heard today is that you should stop all other activities, all their fun things 15 minutes before school in the morning. So clearly I did not take that advice yet. And my son is upstairs yelling about a video game. There we go. Different strokes for different folks. Okay, we're down to just a minute before the, somebody says Zoom was acting up yesterday, even at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Woo! That's crazy, right? I was able, because we do a webinar every afternoon, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 o'clock on Zoom. And I was able to get that up and running yesterday. So I didn't have a problem yesterday at 4 Pacific time, but the rest of the day, it was an interesting battle. So we're going to get ready here to start the show. But thank you for being here with us for the pre-show. This might have to become a daily thing, but we hope not. We hope we can just start the show when we start the show. But all right, it's 10 o'clock. Here we go. Go ahead, start the show.
The advice and opinions expressed by the host of Autism Live and her guests are meant solely as suggestion and should not be in any way construed as child-specific advice. The Center for Autism and Related Disorders advises working with a board-certified behavior analyst who has experience with autism before starting any intensive behavioral intervention. Any choices you make in determining your child's treatment are completely at your own discretion.
Good morning and welcome to Autism Live. For those of you who are just tuning in, we did a little pre-show because we wanted to make sure we could get live this morning. Because of Zoom issues yesterday, we weren't able to be live yesterday. So we have moved some of our guests from yesterday to today, and we're going to get to them right away because we got a jam-packed show this morning. In just a little while, we're going to have Matt Asner and Navah Paskowitz-Asner from the Ed Asner Center talking about the Ed Asner Poker Tournament. But right now, first, let me just say this. You can participate. We're going to be live for the next hour. Please write in your thoughts, questions, concerns. Remember that we're live on Facebook and on YouTube, and you can write in your questions there. We're also live on our website, autism-live.com. You can watch the podcast later on iTunes. You can watch us on, you can listen to us on iTunes if you want to. You can listen to us on Spotify or iHeartRadio or Deezer. We also are on Twitter and Periscope. So lovely. But I really want to get to our guests right away. We're not even having jargon today. I want to welcome and thank them for being patient because we couldn't do this yesterday. We've got from Spectrum Laboratories, Jason Weissbrod, and we also have joining us Aloni Shorin. Together, they are the authors of a screenplay that is now a short film called Boys Don't Wear Dresses. It's wonderful. I loved it. And you know me, I'm going to tell you how I feel about things. I absolutely loved it. There's Jason joining us. Hello, Jason. And Aloni, is Aloni there? Can we get you to start your camera?
I'm using my mom's, so I don't know how.
Oh dear. So do you see the little at the bottom of your screen there? It says or start video. Click the start video.
I can.
And while Alani's doing that, here we go. Alani, hello, you made it.
Mom's name.
That's all right. We'll ignore that. But welcome, you guys. So I was just saying that together, you guys are the writer of this amazing screenplay that is now a short film. And you guys made the film together. The film is called Boys Don't Wear Dresses. Look at that beautiful dress in the background back there. And right now, people can watch the film because it's part of a film festival. So Jason and Aloni, take this away. Tell them about where they can be watching it.
Right now, you can go to filmpride.org, and it's in England. It's a film festival in Sussex, the Sussex region in England. It's one of I think it's the second or third, so huge Pride festival in England. And it goes all month, but for right now, for the last 2 weeks of the month, they do a festival, the Film Pride Festival, and it's a showcase of so many amazing movies. I'm so amazed that we're a part of it. I've watched a ton of the movies. So not only can you see Boys Don't Wear Dresses at filmpride.org, but you can watch a whole bunch of LGBTQ plus movies and stories that are just phenomenally moving and great. And so that's our second film festival we've gotten into. We're up to 6 now.
Wow.
Which is pretty amazing. So we have 2 festivals next month we're in. We got one in October, and then one to be decided, as they haven't decided yet. So we're still getting news, and we're on the film festival circuit. Yeah.
Amazing. So maybe you guys could talk a little bit about how this film came to be. What was the inspiration to make this? Because it's wonderful. And maybe before we get to that, maybe we should do the elevator pitch of what's the film about.
I'll do the elevator pitch, and then Aloni, you can maybe talk about the inspiration, because it's inspired by your journey. The elevator pitch, I would say, is a family-friendly story about an autistic transgender individual exploring independence while struggling with their sexual identity.
I love that. And I think that that's a really accurate depiction. I would just say to people, it's a beautiful story, and it's funny, it's tender, it's sweet. If it doesn't bring a tear to your eye at one point or make you laugh, then check your pulse. Because I'm welling up thinking about it. I thought it was absolutely beautiful, and I think it's an important film for our time and for our community to see. And I love what you said about it being family friendly. It absolutely.
That's in big part due to Aloni coming to me and talking about how a lot of the stories and stuff we would see in the LGBTQ plus community, and even in the autism community, a lot of the movies and short films and things that were out there the subject is very taboo or controversial or dark, or sometimes very, not feel good. And you can't watch it with kids. It's not like stories for kids who can learn about, the LGBTQ plus community or autism community in a family friendly way. So it was Alani's idea to center it around the fairy tale of Cinderella.
Yeah.
So it was really Cinderella was the inspiration, and then it just took off. Then we started putting animation in there. We got Tom Kenny in there, who's the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants, and it just started becoming due to it being partly involved with Spectrum Laboratory, which is the nonprofit that I run, which is we always try to do family friendly type of entertainment for the autism community. So it's just this, we wanted to make a really feel-good, positive movie. And this time, now more than ever, a good feel-good fairy tale fun story was super needed. So Aloni and I that was why we went with the family-friendly Cinderella fairy tale.
Love it. Love it.
The story. Yeah.
So Aloni, maybe you could tell us a little bit about, and I know you got something going on there, but we're able to see you pretty well. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about how this came about. Why did you and Jason decide to tell this particular story?
Mm.
All right, there we go.
Well,
It's a big question.
yeah.
Yeah. This is a personal story for you, right?
Yeah.
And in this screenplay, we see this wonderful young man who has these feelings that are inside of him, that are important to him, that other people are telling him are not right. And we see some of the things. Is that how you felt as a young child?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aloni, do you want to tell the inspiration of our story? The opening of our film, Aloni came to me and told this story that had to do with the opening of our film. you know, you want to tell that, and that was kind of the inspiration of Boys Don't Wear Dresses. Do you remember that, Aloni?
If you said it, I'll just tell the rest.
Yeah, why don't you kind of say, I mean, Aloni came to me and wanted to write a story about what you were going through, right?
Right. And the interesting thing was that originally it would be me as a gay guy, but then as the time went on writing it, the more I came to be my true self.
That's amazing. And I have to say, Jason, that really speaks to the work that you do. See, I'm emotional about it, but it speaks to the work that you do at Spectrum Laboratories, because you have individuals who come in who are there to take a class, and you help them to express themselves as artists, and in doing so, to find themselves. I just don't think there's a higher calling, Jason. The work that you're doing with these young people is absolutely amazing. And for you to bring this to a place where you have a finished product, I'm just crying here, that you can share with the world. I know, watching this film, when we watched it as a family, and I said to my husband, this will change so many young people's lives, because they will have a context in which to understand their feelings. And if anybody is thinking that this, you know, that autism and transgender have nothing to do with each other, you need to wake up. Like,
Yeah.
you just need to wake up, because, you know, just like in the rest of the population, you know, there are individuals in our community who are dealing with the feelings that we as a society have put on them, and telling them that they are not perfect the way that they are. And we need to, as the autism community, we need to get on board and embrace this. And I think that this film is a great entree to that. I'm so proud of you guys. I could just weep. Both of you.
Well, I mean, what you said really is exactly why Aloni and her parents, who are phenomenally loving and supportive and the best parents ever, Linda and Len, they really championed behind. It wouldn't have got done without their help. And Linda, Alani's mom, was always saying exactly what you said, which we need to start the conversation earlier at a younger age. And that's why Aloni and I decided to go with a PG version of the film. So these conversations can happen. You can see a boy wearing a dress and it's not weird, or see another boy kiss a boy on the cheek, and that's not a crazy weird thing. And to start telling these stories and make them more accessible to everyone, and it's not a taboo subject anymore. And so if children who are struggling even with expressing themselves through autism or whatever it may be, the sexual identity is sometimes they can't even comprehend it. So maybe seeing a film like this, they might go, oh, I like that too, or something where it might be able to start. And that was Alani's parents were very much about getting, like, wouldn't you say, Aloni? I mean, that was kind of a big reason we started this film, was your parents wanting to reach an audience to talk about this, right?
Yeah, and I do have an interesting story. I was remembering what she said inspired the film. When I was at, what's it called? Going to Club Med with my parents, I kept telling them, oh, I'm a girl, but it didn't really register. I mean, I knew. I didn't like register that. They thought, oh, it was probably just a phase, but I mean, I knew, but it was kind of, I was like, I mean, they were supportive, which is good.
Yeah.
But,
And one thing I just want to bring up, just because it's in my head, and if I don't say it,
no worries,
it fits in with what we're saying, is when Aloni came to me to write this story, it was about an autistic gay individual. And that's what Aloni was saying earlier. And through the process of writing the movie, Aloni started transitioning to, Aloni was Steven when we started writing the movie. So it was very recent. So through the writing, I think Aloni got the courage, and I don't want to speak for you, but you can,
No
you know,
worries.
come out to our Spec Lab community as transgender. And the fascinating thing that's blowing my mind right now is we hired one of our staff members, who at the time was Jack, which I was like, I almost forgot because now I'm so used to calling her Liv. She transitioned during the process of the film. And now, I don't know if you know this, Alani, but the other character who's in the dance with you, we hired as Wyatt, and is now going by Winnie. So the three people who are in this big dance number, all are transgender now, and two of them weren't out as transgender when we were filming the movie. And all three of you are now, you know, coming out in the community and saying that you're all, you know, transgender. And so I you know, I don't know, I think the movie obviously has had some kind of influence upon that. And so to me, it's very heartwarming. And for me and Alani, I don't know if you want to say anything about that, but I think that our whole motto is let your voice be heard, let us be heard. So once you actually let it out, once you actually come out and you feel comfortable to be your true self. And so that's why it's important to do art, to create, to do these things, because that gives your voice, lets your voice be heard. And I think, Alani, you've changed dramatically since we started writing this to who you are now. And it's beautiful to see.
It is beautiful to see. And can I tell you that I think that one of my favorite parts of the film is the relationship that the main character has with their good friend played by Spencer Hart.
Right.
I feel like the way that character is written and the way that Spencer portrays it is about, it's teaching the world about what love is and what acceptance is and how to be a friend. I think that that's one of the most powerful things, because I think a lot of people will watch the movie and go, okay, I need to open my eyes to acceptance and understanding more than I did before, but I don't know that they'll necessarily know how to. But Spencer's character gives us a roadmap. And it's from the most beautiful place of no artifice, and, you know, where you go, wow.
Pure innocence, yeah.
Yeah, pure innocence. And you go, you know, if she can do that, I need to step up and I need to be more like that character and be pure love. So I just think that's as powerful as all the other messages in the film. So we're running out of time here because we have other guests today.
That was Alani's, Alani wanted Spencer from the beginning, right? Yeah.
And I will tell you this before we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
The interesting thing was that I actually was adopted at 10 months old. Yeah. And we thought, I was like, my dad, Jason, said, oh, we should have a cis mother. And I was like, we can go either way, because I was adopted, so it wouldn't really matter.
We got Alexandra Billings to play the stepmom, which was huge, which is another, I mean, from Transparent and she does Wicked on, you know, and that was a huge, amazing thing for us to actually have Alexandra Billings play the evil stepmom in it, which she's not really evil in this. Yeah, what I love is we did a little flip and a change on it to show.
Yeah.
Just
and then Carol Kane,
the autism mom side of things, which
right.
We wanted to represent that in the movie. Yeah.
And then you have Carol Kane narrating. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Carol Kane narrating. That was thanks to Jill Hart and Spencer, who are friends with Carol and pulled those strings. And Carol was like thrilled to be involved. She loved it. And I actually went out to New York and met her and did the recording with her. And it was one of the best experiences of my life. I mean,
it's a beautiful film, you guys. And in all the components, it's absolutely beautiful. And again, before we have to go, we have to tell them, because you can be watching it right now. Sometimes I talk to you guys about films and you can't, it's like it's coming to a film festival and you have to be in Austin to go to it. Not right now. Now you could be watching this film today.
For free too. It's
For
free.
free. For free.
It's on
You have no excuse.
filmpride.org. All you have to do is sign in and register. I will say, if you're watching and you sign and register, you're going to have to wait a little bit. They send you a code to get into the festival. So sign into filmpride.org, register for the film. You'll get a code. And then once you get the code, you can log in and watch any of the movies.
Okay. There you
and then
go.
also just stay up to date on speclabs.org, our website. You can contact us if we just started our fall classes online. So anybody around the world can jump in. We have students from all over the world now jumping into our classes online. So if you're interested in joining the Spectrum Laboratory world, you can visit speclabs.org.
They do amazing things, you guys.
Just hang out and say hi. And Aloni, I see. Yes.
Yes, Alani's got something that you want to add. Yes.
They'll see this dress in the movie if they haven't, just so they know.
Wonderful. I wondered if that was, because I can't see it very well back there, but I wondered
That's
if
the Cinderella dress. Yeah.
And it's beautiful. And I just want to say to folks, if you are looking for something in the fall, we've been talking about distance learning and how we want to make the rest of our kiddos' lives more reinforcing. What's the youngest age you take, Jason, for Spec Labs?
Our youngest student was 8.
Okay, so 8 and up. If you know, a lot of times you guys write and go, I don't know what my child's passion is. I don't know what they want to do. Have them take a Spec Labs class and let them see for themselves.
No matter what age you are. I mean, we have a 36-year-old right now. So really it's,
there you
anybody
go.
who's interested in the arts, really.
Exactly. And I've seen, you've had people who join a band and I've seen people who become rappers out of your program. I've seen people who become animators come out of your program.
Yeah, we do a lot of film, music, and animation. Yeah.
So, and they become a part of an artist group that they'll find friends. So if you're worried about that social piece, I highly recommend Spec Labs. I think that you're both amazing. And Aloni, I just want to say to you, what a beautiful, beautiful story you have. And what a beautiful, beautiful film you did with Jason. I think it's already changed lives and it's going to change many more. So congratulations. I adore you both. And check this. I'm sorry?
Go be who you are, and it'll take time to come out. Whenever you guys all feel comfortable. If you do, if you don't, you don't.
There you go. Thank you so much for that message, because there's people who need to hear that. Jason, thank you for making a space for these young artists and nurturing them. It's important work you do. I don't tell you that enough, but it's super important. Adore you. Okay, now I'm all emotional. But thank you guys. I got to make room for Matt and Navah. Love you both. Bye-bye.
Okay, cool. Say hi to Matt and Navah.
I will. Thanks, guys. And I apologize. We're 2 minutes late because I stopped to cry. We're welcoming now to the show Matt Asner and Navah Paskowitz-Asner from the Ed Asner Family Center, and they're here. So I'm wiping away the tears. They're here with us today to talk about the Ed Asner Poker Tournament, which is happening this Saturday night. And I want to get all the skinny on how we are going to get to watch it from home. The list of stars that they have at this event. There they are. Look at you guys. You look so cute. Hi. Jason Weissbrod said to say hi. He was
we say
guys.
Hi to Jason Weissbrod and go.
There we go. And Aloni was here too. Aloni Shorin was here. So you guys, I was just saying to them that you've got your big poker tournament on Saturday. Tell us, we want to know all the 411.
Well, it's been a ride.
I'll bet.
We've done this live for the last, this is the 8th. This is number 8. And every year it's been live. It's been in LA. You've been there every time, I think.
Yes. I think so.
Yeah. And so this year we were kind of hit in the face by the pandemic like everyone else. And we had to decide what we wanted to do. So we went down the road and said, hey, let's do this online. So we started kind of working on it. Seems like we've been working on it a long time. And
24/7, this thing.
And so here we are, not coasting, but kind of just getting into Saturday, which is Saturday night, 5 o'clock, starts at 5 o'clock with a virtual red carpet.
5
Yes.
o'clock.
Uh,
Okay.
Hosted by Social Director Chelsea Darnell.
That's right.
Love it. I love Chelsea.
Really,
Wonderful.
thanks for calling. She's amazing at this.
She is amazing.
She really is.
I will say, we have no idea how this is going to go. It could be, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go. It's
It's
one
the
of
wild, wild
It's
west.
the Wild West.
Love that.
I like using analogies, and it's like
Yeah.
a roller coaster. It's like the Wild West. It's like, it's like you just don't know what's going to happen.
The Outer Limits.
It's like it's like
Yeah.
the Twilight Zone, actually.
But you know what? Can I just say that's exciting to me? I was raised in live theater, and that's the fun thing about live theater. You never know what's going to happen. It's the reason why Saturday Night Live has been on as many years as it has, because anything can happen.
And
So I think it's cool.
The X Factor is there. So
Yes.
So basically, let me explain what's going to happen.
Now my nose
Yeah.
is running.
No, I'm so sorry because I was weeping.
I forgot tissues.
I did too.
My allergies.
So we have.
But you know what?
Yeah.
The positive is because Shannon's been to the poker tournament every
Yeah.
year. The positive is because the stars literally can do this in their pajamas.
Yes.
Yes.
We have tenfold the amount of
Oh.
stars we've ever had.
Your list is crazy,
Yeah.
you guys.
Well,
Yeah.
it's just I'm so thankful to everyone who's joining us, and that's the stars and everyone who bought everyone who registered for a ticket.
Yes. Carefully, carefully.
I'm just really thankful, and
yes.
The interesting thing about this is it's going to be two things. It's not just one thing. It's two things. So,
No, I'm still here.
okay.
I just wanted to see more of you, so I took my camera out, but I'm still
I
here.
got scared. You froze there.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm still here. I just wanted to see, because there's two of you, I wanted to see more of you.
Okay.
So tell us what the two things are.
So we're going to have, for anyone playing poker, they're going to have a, typical game surface that they're playing on. So we're going to send them a login. They're going to log into poker, and they're going to have a gameplay. It's almost like a video game. They're going to be playing poker, and they'll be playing with all these celebrities. They'll be, it's a virtual table. So they'll be playing with celebrities, and they'll be playing with other people. And then concurrently, on another link, there will be a broadcast that we will be going live out through Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and maybe one or two other things. And we'll be going live. So there'll be a live broadcast, which will kind of encompass everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have interviews with the celebrities. We'll have all sorts of things going on.
We're trying to pretend that we are going to do something like the Disney sing-along did, where you see Ed in person in the center.
Yeah.
And then it flashes to, God willing, let's say Jack Black, and then it'll flash to somebody else, a player.
Well, and also we have for halftime we have a wonderful musical performance by Lyle Lovett. So
I can't even.
I like that.
Yeah.
Halftime.
Yeah, the halftime show. So for us at home, are you sold out? Can they still buy a ticket to play poker, or is that sold out?
I believe there are a few tickets left. I think we're pretty close to being sold out. I'm not 1,000% sure.
But everyone can watch if they want, isn't that correct?
Yeah. But I want to talk about, there's two different levels. If you wanted to, you could it sounds like for a couple of lucky people, you still could play poker with the celebrities.
Yeah.
So you in a private room with people like Tom Hanks. Yes, a private virtual room. Everybody's home safe, COVID distancing, but it's you and how many people at a table? Like 10?
Most likely 10.
10 people at a table. So you and there will be celebrities in every one of those rooms. The list, let's talk for a second about the list of celebrities.
I
almost passed out when I saw Tom Hanks, because that's like, the A-list of the A-list is Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Rosie O'Donnell is back.
Yeah.
Randy Rainbow is back.
Randy Rainbow, Ben Affleck, Jack Black, Nick Offerman,
Clancy Brown, Maureen McCormick,
Danny Bonaducci. We're going to have a Brady Bunch, Partridge Family,
Anna Paquin,
her husband Stephen Moyer, Richard Kind.
Love Richard Kind.
Richard Schiff.
Yeah.
I mean,
The list is endless, you
Yeah,
guys.
It really is crazy. And I'm sorry if we forgot you, but it's like I said, these guys are doing it in their pajamas this year, you know?
It's crazy how good it is. So
And
you could play poker, but we can all watch.
You can all
So
watch.
there's a cost to play poker. If you want that last ticket, what a great gift to give someone, the person in your life that, you know, loves that kind of thing. Give them a seat at the poker table and you'll be making a donation to the Ed Asner Family Center. But for those of us who are not going to play poker and are going to watch, what do we have to do that? And is there a cost to just watch?
It's completely free. And we will be streaming this over our Facebook channel. So actually, if you go to our Facebook page now, it's at Asner Family Center. If you go to our Facebook page now, you can get the link and just kind of remind yourself that it's going to happen. And then, so our Facebook page, our YouTube page, my dad's Twitter account will be showing it live.
Okay.
And we might be cross-posting on different Facebook, you know.
Lovely.
Or you could go to pokerwithed.com as well.
And then we have all the links there. But we want to go as wide with this as possible. You know, it is really the Wild West. And I don't think anyone's done this before in terms of this kind of event. And I guess it goes in line with the kind of events that I've done in the past, which I'm proud of. And I think we are doing something new. We're doing something kind of exciting and interesting. And I think people are going to have fun with it.
Something to look forward to. I mean, these days, there's very little things that you can do as a community and be entertained.
Yes.
And it's going to be a really entertaining night. I think that's the most important thing.
It is. And I see some people we forgot on our list already.
Yeah, exactly. Jamie Lee Curtis,
Dylan McDermott,
Holly Robinson
Pete.
What is this?
Matthew Modine, Dylan McDermott.
I kind of have the hots for him. Who's that?
Who are you having the hots for?
Dylan McDermott.
Oh, Don Cheadle.
Oh, yeah.
Don Cheadle.
Yes.
So,
it's you know, the only thing I'm going to say about this, I have a feeling that as much as we love doing the in-person poker, and I think that when things are safe, you're going to go back to the in-person poker. But I think that the networks are crazy stupid for not having picked this up, some network, because this is better. I'm looking more forward to this on Saturday night than anything the networks have put out in the last few months.
Yay.
Well, that's great.
We hope we don't disappoint you.
I hope.
No, you won't.
God willing.
And I gotta say, we have a guy directing the show who's, I think he's, you know, runs a tight ship, but he's gonna do a great job. We're Dwight Kennedy. He's gonna do a great job.
He's also an autism parent.
Yeah.
So he had a part in it, and he's been working 24/7 getting this thing.
We have a lot of autism parents like in big jobs here, because Dwight's a board member and he's also the director. We have Sherry Warner, who's a mom of
doing all our
young
PR.
woman on the spectrum.
Shelby is our community outreach and administration person, has a daughter with autism, and
so it's
amazing, you guys.
But I think the most important thing is, Shannon, is that this pandemic has put everything just dead stop, and our goal is to continue being able to provide online content for free, to have the scholarships. The last camp we did, we still had this enormous amount of scholarships that we had to provide, and our income has dropped so dramatically that if we didn't have events like this, that would be the end. I mean, we have to make people understand that in order to continue doing the things we want to do for people, I mean, we're just next month, we're going to start seeing in-person counseling, because people, especially our guys, our autistic friends, they can't always respond to Zoom therapy. It doesn't work for them. They're too distracted by their own face. So we have these incredible therapists that have joined the team that are going to see in-person counseling starting next month at a, we have that incredible family therapy room that you've been in many times.
Oh, yeah.
So literally 2 people in a 50-foot room.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's
absolutely.
that's the way to do it. And we're able to do that only because of events like this.
Well, I gotta say, I've known you guys for a while, and I knew about this dream that you wanted to see to fruition. And I've said before, I'm so proud of you that you brought this dream into being so that it was this physical place. And amazing things have happened there in the time that you guys have opened. And I can tell you that for those of us in the Los Angeles area, it has been a beacon of hope. We talk all the time about one of the last social things we did before the shutdown was the Valentine's Day party, and it will be something that my family will remember forever. It was so much fun. I honestly, when things get bad and I'm like, I remember that we had fun doing that, and we'll be doing that again. But I will say, as much as I have not enjoyed this COVID thing, I have enjoyed how people like you have picked up the mantle and said, okay, what can we do now? Mm-hmm. And you have been offering free online classes every day of the week to anyone. Yeah. And we've talked about that. And, for people who didn't have, I've had so many people come to me and say, I need something and I can't afford X, Y, and Z. And I've said, go, take a class. You can do it any day at the Ed Asner Center. And that there's a cost to that, everybody. These people have been supporting us for the last few years, in the last 6 months, totally for free. And there's a cost. Now, you may not be able to write a big check, but you can tell people about this tournament on Saturday. You can tune in and participate. You can donate as little as $5, which if everyone that watches the poker tournament contributes $5, then these folks will be able to continue what they're doing. But exactly. I also understand that there are like auction items.
That
we and there's an online store.
Thank you very much. There's so much here that it's difficult to get to it all. There's an online store that they can buy like merchandise that that has to do with tournament.
Yeah.
And then there's also we also have a huge silent auction that has some amazing things in there. And
amazing things.
One of the things we're doing this year that I think is kind of crazy and wild is we have a jersey. We have an official jersey for the Ed Asner and Friends Poker Tournament. And each celebrity that is taking part in this event is signing their jersey, even some that aren't, because Harrison Ford's not taking part in the event and he's signing a jersey.
Wow.
But we have a couple of people that aren't, like Mia Farrow. Mia Farrow is signing a jersey, not playing. But Lucy Lawless is another one. And we have so they'll sign the jersey, it'll have their name on the back, and it'll say like Lawless, and they'll sign it, and then that's up for auction. And we have like a wonderful pair of Up shoes that Gary Bilodeau, the artist Gary Bilodeau, has signed.
Love Gary.
Yeah. We have a trip. We have some Broadway Zooms, like with cast members from like Moulin Rouge and Evan Hansen and a couple of other ones. We have a Napa wine tasting where they'll actually send you the wine, and you have a virtual tour of the winery, and it's just this, and it's great wine.
We have a bunch of Up paraphernalia that Ed signed.
Awesome. I see that plush bed is back.
Oh yeah.
I almost bid on the plush bed last year, and I'm so sorry that I didn't. I might have to bid on the plush bed this year. Is there one?
Shannon, it will change your life.
I know.
Especially for chronic pain sufferers.
No.
This bed will change your life.
I know.
We sleep on a
plush, I'm not kidding.
On a plush bed.
It's like,
it has changed our life.
But it's like being in a nest of absolute perfection.
Yep.
I mean, it's not too soft, it's not too hard. It conforms to your body, and it actually doesn't overheat. Like I had a Tempur-Pedic, and you would be swelteringly hot.
And it's all organic.
All organic, 100% organic.
And they also, I think we also
do CBD pillows.
So we also have a CBD pillow.
Oh, do we have that in the
auction?
That's awesome.
So and I have trouble sleeping at night.
Yeah, he likes
And
his CBD.
the CBD pillow really helps me.
But the main thing is you don't have to be a poker player. You don't have to, I mean, I certainly don't play poker, but it's such a fun, entertaining night. And there's something for everyone. It's not just like a bunch of guys in a smoke-filled room for 2 hours straight. It's literally like an entertaining, it's really a concert part of it too, as well.
I think what we're trying to do is, you've been there. So anyone who's been there understands that it's fun and unpredictable and just crazy. And we want that aspect of that in this virtual world. So that's
and
what
hopefully
we're
Randy
trying.
Rainbow will be zany again, because he was awesome at the only drawback of that night was we had to go in that friggin' elevator that I still get.
Yeah, that elevator was not
that
good.
elevator.
That elevator was not good. I wasn't buying the elevator either, Navah.
No.
But I gotta say, last year I really loved it when it was,
that was
in the back lot in this where they had filmed Lou Grant, and but I will say to people, I love the red carpet, because the red carpet is super fun, where you get to hear what the celebrities say, and that's all really fun. But I think the most fun, which is what people are going to get to see that I don't think the public got to see before, what I always had a view of, I never was sitting at a poker table. And generally, they don't allow you to take pictures and film while they're playing poker, because somebody could get behind somebody and show pictures and stuff. That's going to be eliminated. And what's fun is the little conversations that have at the table, the little conversations that happen when they're on a break. And the little conversations by the food. The whole thing with Gary Busey last year, which just about put me on the floor, because Gary Busey thought I was a waitress and kept having me get him a Sprite.
That's funny.
And, and the conversations about that around Busey, those are the fun things that when I come home, everybody's like, so what happened? Behind the scenes. Well, that's really what everybody's going to get to see this time.
And you miss it. You miss it doing your red carpet. There's so much going on. I never see that too. We're going to get a whole new angle to the fun.
I think people are absolutely going to love it.
I'm thinking of names that we haven't mentioned yet. Stephen
Yeah,
Webb.
no, and I was trying to bring it up on my phone, but then I got so into what you guys were saying, but I did have some lists.
How about my cousin Mason Reese? He used to be a very famous child star, and now he's going to play.
Oh, Mason Reese is playing.
Remember, he used to do the Devilwood
Underwood Hams.
Was he the little redheaded boy?
Yes, that's my cousin.
He's the one who cried on the Merv Griffin show when they played House in the Cradle.
He used to be on Mike Douglas show. Like, he was his regular. I think that's what not Merv Griffin, but Harry Chapin was going to be on. It's a famous thing. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And he sobbed like his little heart was broken. I've always wanted to meet him and hug him. Would you hug your cousin for me?
He lives in New York, so this is his opportunity. The first time that he can actually be in the tournament. He's very stoked, and I'm so his mom, who was my last surviving connection to my dad, just passed. So I'm so happy that he has a little joy in his life.
I'm so sorry. And I saw that. I did want to tell you, so people that we haven't mentioned, Kim Cattrall. Oh, yeah. You said Anna Paquin, Rosanna Arquette, Howie Mandel. We haven't said Howie Mandel, Darius Rucker, Rob Schneider. I mean, the list goes on, you guys. Go on their website.
Oh, Brad
Garrett. You never know what he's going to say.
Oh my, he's a live wire, right?
Especially with all the mishugas in the politics right now. You never know what that dude's going to say.
Could be interesting.
Well, people are saying online that they can't wait, that they're so excited for this event. We're really, really excited about it. So again, because I've noticed on the, whenever I see the PR for it, it shows the little Facebook sign. There's nothing for us to click. So
there's now a link that they can go to and click.
Go
to our Facebook page. It'll say live event coming up, and it'll
okay.
And
so
you can
do we need to register beforehand, or we just show up?
No, if you
only if you want to play.
Only if you want to play.
Okay.
Anyone?
Now, how much is it to play? What is it?
A suggested donation of $250.
Suggested donation.
of 250.
Okay, well, if you're going to play poker with celebrities, you need to pay $250.
Yeah.
But I want to point out that you don't have to play to be hanging out with the
Exactly.
celebrities and
But
see
if
what's
Shannon, if they go to www.pokerwithed.com,
It's all there.
they can get the
Okay.
information of the online store, the auction. It's just easier to go to the page, and then honestly, they can see who's playing.
Okay.
It's just a clear like page.
www.pokerwithed.com.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so do that. And then is that the same place where we will bid on auction items?
Yeah.
There'll be a link there for that.
Yes.
And then we haven't mentioned this. The host for this show
Yeah.
is Nick Ebert. Remember him?
My goodness, that's exciting.
Autism America. He was my.
That's very exciting.
Well,
Your old
He's
partner.
known him since he was like 5 years old.
I've known him since I was 14, and
Oh.
he's
I exaggerated a
You
little bit.
exaggerated a little bit. He's done hundreds of poker broadcasts. He's actually, that's how he made a living for a long time. And joining him will be Maria Ho, who is a poker pro.
Professional.
Wonderful.
And it's going to be great. It's going to be a great night.
But you'll also have Chelsea Darnell to do the celebrity side of it. And Chelsea, we've had Chelsea on the show. I just adore her. I just think that she is the most amazing thing. And she does such a great job on the red carpet. So that'll be really thrilling. And I love that you guys are walking your talk all over the place. You know what I mean? That's a really important thing. And I appreciate and applaud that.
And
so
Shannon, did
incredible.
you see that we
Yeah.
just after camp was over, we literally I literally took like one breath, and then we went into retrofitting the majority of the center
I saw the pictures.
COVID plexiglass, so we can reopen safely small in-person classes next month, and we can talk about that later. But
can talk
after
about
the
that now.
response of the camp, the parents were like, you cannot go back to just virtual. You have to give us something. So we're continuing with the two directors, music therapist Judy Langdon and Aviva. And they're going to be, we're going to start with just 2 days a week, one weekday class and one weekend class.
Okay.
In person, first come, first serve, because we can only safely have, a certain amount of people in these rooms. So they're completely plexiglass, COVID safe. All the instructors are going to be wearing masks. The kids have to wear masks. It's very, very safe. We had a very successful camp doing it that way.
Yeah.
Everyone, all the instructors and the staff have been tested. The kids, the problem is it's first come, first serve. We can only house a certain amount of people. So as soon as we have our date, I'll tell you about it, and we can talk more about that.
But people, if they're interested in that, they should be reaching out to you guys right now saying, I want to do
I would
that.
absolutely say if you're interested in our in-person classes, most likely it'll start on September 21st, the first Monday of the week in September. And just write to Navah at edasnerfamilycenter.org, and I can give you the full scoop.
And just so people know, we will be continuing the virtual classes too.
Absolutely.
That was going to be my next question, because I love that there are people who need in person, and they need it all over the world. But here in Los Angeles, there are people who do that. But I think that your online stuff has been a huge help to people all over the world.
And we're going to mix it up a little bit and have new online shows. We have people from all over the world really who are watching these things. We're not going to give up on them. And Chelsea has created this incredible social group. Yeah. So she is completely full steam ahead to continue that. And, we want to reintroduce I need your help with this. I want to reintroduce having our moms and dads support group continue.
Yes. I've been meaning to talk to you about that. I really think that would be
there's no reason for us not to.
Yeah. And I mean, we can even do that online. That would be awesome. I do want to address, people have said the Ed Asner Family Center has been a huge support to the community and has really stepped it up during COVID, which I completely agree. Somebody said, love Rob Schneider. Like who doesn't? The man is so funny. He kills me. If you haven't seen 50 I think it's the quintessential Rob Schneider film.
Did you see the other day, did you see there's some female wrestler that looks exactly like Rob Schneider? And
No.
he was trending on Twitter the other day, and it was literally like they're doppelgangers. It's the craziest thing.
That is, I'd like to see that. That sounds interesting to me. But so if you're going to reach out and because you're in Los Angeles and you want to know and reserve a spot in those in-person classes, so it's Navah, but Navah is Navah. Don't forget the H at Asner. Is it the at Asner Center or at Asner Center? At Asner Center. Okay, if you want to be, because I have been recommending to every parent of every adult that has an adult child, Chelsea's Saturday night movie.
Yes, it's amazing.
Every
Saturday at 7:00, and you can
7:00 Pacific time.
7:00 Pacific time. You have to register in advance because we've had some weirdo bombing. So you have to get the specialized link from Shelby at asnerfamilycenter.org.
And that is a social group, you guys. You guys announced the film earlier in the week that they're to watch on their own. Then they come to the group on Saturday night to discuss the film. And from what I hear, the film is just a jumping off point for
Exactly.
So it starts the conversation.
100%.
I love it.
It's become a social group. It's become a support group.
I think
It's become a group where the kids are connecting. And actually, I'm going to bring in Aviva's new campaign, which is kind of a militant liberal, my girl. I don't know where she gets it from. Probably Matt.
I can imagine.
And not from me. But she has decided she and the special needs community are going to save the post office.
Okay.
She is connected with these different organizations and schools in the different parts of the nation. And our community is going to reach out to these other communities. A lot of them are special needs communities. A lot of them are typical schools. And a lot of these schools are in person, by the way. And they're going to exchange addresses and they're going to start a pen pal group. So they're going to be, motivated to go to the post office, buy stamps, create these pen pals. But Aviva and her team are doing it very safely. They vet the addresses first. They make sure that these are real people. It's not, something that kids could get in trouble with.
Yeah.
There are parents involved. But the main thing is it's in these times, imagine how James would feel if he would start getting letters in the mail.
It's interesting you should bring that up because we've been home all summer and he didn't get to come and, he has missed being there.
Yeah, it's not the same. He's my right-hand man. I always keep
He loves you guys.
And I was short by James.
Well, he loves you guys and he loves working there and he missed having his summer job. But we had other things, it was brought up to me that a lot of our kids on the spectrum and not on the spectrum don't know how to address an envelope because it's like a dying art.
Yeah.
And that was something that was on our list to do this summer was that he had to write some letters and address them and mail them because our kids need to know how to do that. They need to know where the stamp goes. They're so used to emailing. They even pay bills online. So, it's an art that we need to make sure that we're teaching our kids. So he actually wrote a couple of letters and got a couple of letters back. And he was like, well, this is sort of quaint, I think was the word that he used.
Well, I'm definitely going to have Aviva reach out to James. That's for sure.
There you go.
But I think, like you say, there's a first step where maybe during her instructional weekly class, she actually does, because she was going to teach kids to make their own envelopes, to make kind of like an art project that they can send to their pen pal. So each week her art project is going to be connected to the campaign, the Save the Post Office campaign. And so maybe the first step should be, let's figure out, friends, how do we address an envelope? So that we got to start with A.
Yeah, it's got to happen. So Shelby wants us to make sure that we note that this week only, because of the poker tournament, that the movie night will be on Friday night at 7 p.m.
Good.
So
call.
and the
Double feature.
She says here that the movie this week is Despicable Me. So is that 1 and 2?
No. He's talking, last week they did a Steve Jobs.
That was last week?
Yeah,
Oh.
Steve Jobs and the social network.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Well, this week it's Despicable Me. It's on Friday only this week because of the poker tournament. So your adult kiddos can go to the movie chat with Chelsea on Friday night, and then everybody can go to the poker tournament on Saturday.
Yes.
The red carpet starts on Saturday at 5 o'clock with Chelsea. And then what time does poker play start?
6 sharp.
6 sharp. Okay. So I'm so looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to the online auction too. But I really want to remind everybody that we all have a responsibility. You know how sometimes you go, oh, I'll do that later. I really like that, and then you turn around and it's gone, and you go, what happened? Why did that go away? And it's because we didn't all support it enough. That cannot be the story for the Ed Asner Family Center. They have been of service, and we need to make sure that we give them enough of a donation from this event, because you're not able to do all the events that you normally do.
No, I can't stress that enough. That's true. And you know, we everyone's in jeopardy right now. I mean, everyone. I mean, you know, we won't be here if we're not supported, and that's the truth.
That's right.
That's
right. And it's everybody. Everybody has to support. So if you are listening and watching this, you can do something. It could be that you just share information on your Facebook page so that other people can support it, and that's fine. That's a great way to support. But if you have $5, go through the couch cushions. If you have $5, donate $5, or look at what's available on the online auction and see if there's something that you were about to buy anyway. And
exactly.
Sometimes you get a great deal.
Present coming up.
I will say this: anyone who joins in to the poker tournament is entered into a drawing. So, and they'll be given out all evening. So it'll be nice ones. So it'll be fun for everyone.
Well, I think it's going to be great, whatever it is. And I'm sure that there will be some kerfuffles, and that should just add to our enjoyment.
This guy hasn't slept in 10 days. Don't tell him more kerfuffles.
Oh.
No, that will be the enjoyment of it. That will be what's quaint. You know, I mean,
I agree. If as long as we get on the air and we stay on the air, I'll be okay.
By the way, the person that you suggested for our mascot,
your doggy,
she's gonna help us, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to you, and that's gonna be our next Brady Bunch of Autism craziness, is that we're bringing in this crazy a therapy dog to the center, and I'm so excited. Kids are out.
You know, I have nothing but ideas. It doesn't mean I can ever get anything done, but I have nothing but ideas.
Gotta call Shannon.
But can I tell you that I think that you should document the entire thing? I think it's
an
award-winning short film of the dog
screaming at me like, I knew the dog was gonna poop everywhere.
Yeah, and just seeing how the dog interacts. I would suggest that you like get somebody to document everything and get one of those cameras, what do they call them, that you can strap onto the harness of the dog, so we can see from the dog's point of view the center.
Yeah,
a GoPro. Yes, and you can get even less expensive than GoPro, but strap a GoPro to the dog at some point so that we can see
we have to do
them interacting with the children, the kids.
I have a name for the film.
Okay.
It's called Center Dog.
There we go.
Center Dog.
There we go. Because it'll be. I can see an award-winning film. There we go. I also think that next year, when we're out of COVID, one of the networks should pick up the poker tournament and do it, on the network.
From your mouth.
Yes, God willing.
On both counts. May we be out
That
of
would
COVID.
be,
May we be out of COVID, and may we get picked up by a network. Yes, yes,
Let's
yes.
speak it into being. Let's speak it into being.
100%.
Hey, I love you guys, and I am so deeply appreciative for
we miss
everything.
you.
I miss you. You
I'm
have
gonna
no
go over there
idea.
and drag you over to my pool.
Oh, I want to be in your pool so
I'm
bad.
gonna
You have
drag you
no
over.
idea.
I
Uh,
have to.
That's not going to happen. Just like I'm never going to surf, Navah, and you're just going to have to.
Baloney, don't say that. I could get you surfing
Hey,
easily.
If she can
No,
get
don't
me,
say
if she can
that.
get me up on a board, she can get
Now
you
you
up on a board.
really challenge me.
Oh, no,
The
I've thrown the
challenge has
gauntlet
been
down.
laid. The gauntlet has been
But,
laid right
but
now.
we will
About that.
see. I want to propose that you do a social distance party in the parking lot of the Asner Center.
Well, I was
With
gonna
circles on
say
the floor.
that, and maybe I'll just say it, is that Eddie's favorite holiday of the whole year is Halloween, and Halloween canceled this year.
Yeah.
So we're going to create a safe Halloween party in the parking lot where parents can even just drive up and will very safely socially distance, give people tricks and treats that are safely separately wrapped.
That's awesome.
And
But the most important thing is that the friends can see the friends, everyone's dressed up, you have a reason to go somewhere dressed up. And I feel like we got to give our kids something for Halloween. They can't go door to door. And what can we do for them? And so we're all working on that as a team, and we'll have more information to follow.
And the Witch of the Center needs.
Oh yeah, you have to bring back the Witch of the Center.
To go in Halloween.
She has to come back. She has to come back. Okay, I have an idea for that. We'll talk separately.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
It's 11 o'clock, but I adore you guys. I can't wait to see the poker
Give
tournament.
our
I
love
can't
to
wait.
Jim and James.
And give my love to your entire tribe.
Okay.
And which includes everybody at the center, because that's part of your tribe too. But love all of you, miss all of you. And I hope you make a grunch of money, quote me, a grunch of money, because I know that that's what's needed to keep you guys like doing the things that you're doing. So we all, everybody within the sound of my voice, we all have to participate in whatever way we can.
Thank you, Shannon.
And no, thank you. And I'll be interested to talk with you afterwards, because I'm sure that there will be lots of fun things. So adore you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you, Travis.
So www.pokerwithed.com.
Yes.
Okay. Pokerwithed.com.
Yes.
Go there, learn all about it, bid on stuff. You'll be bidding against me. Let's run up the bill. Let's make it happen.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, you guys. Love you so much. We'll see you. You too. Bye-bye.
Guys.
All right, bye-bye. And to all the viewers, thank you so much for being here with us on this weird journey that we're on. We're going to be back tomorrow live. We might have to do a little pre-show again so that we have a spot on the internet. But we'll be back with Dr. Doreen Grampiche answering your questions. Send in your questions right now or tomorrow, whenever suits you. Love to all of you. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.